Good evening everybody, and a warm welcome to Behringer, and I have a further progress and layout report on this evening's layout video that I put up earlier in the evening. So this is just a brief sort of top up, and I also wanted to just clear up a comment made by Graham over at Lakeside as per regards to my rolling road. And the whirring in the background is my rolling road in action, so I'll take you there very shortly. So currently on my rolling road is a 50013 Agincourt. I've had Agincourt for a little while, but it was never really run in properly because I've just never really had the opportunity. It's been running my layout a little bit, but now since I've had my rolling road, what I wanted to do is go through a number of my locos to make sure that they are properly running correctly. And so she's just currently having a run on my rolling road, and I can show you it in action. It is all 6 are powered, and she's running really nicely actually on this. My 50s. I've had 1 or 2 troubles with some of my locos. I think initially what happened was when I got it, I just put a little bit of I didn't put any oil on the bearings on this thing, and I think it was running a bit sluggish. So now that I just put just a little drop on each of them, it's now running much better and more smoothly. And this is just giving Agincourt a good old run because she hasn't been run for a little while. So to make sure that when she does eventually go on my layout, she'll be happy enough. So here in front of you is my iPad, and this is what I paid and what I bought. And it costs £68. It does say from Germany, but it's actually UK stock. So you're not ordering it from Germany, you're ordering it from the UK, even though it's German produced. And it does say in the listings, if you do actually go to the seller's description, it is mainly for diesel locomotives, and basically that if you want it for steam, then you should have a look at some of his other listings. Now my original query with the listings over the Hornby one, as I'll show you, is this is the Hornby one. And my concern, because as I was looking through, I looked at this one first, and I was kind of wondering about the steam aspect, because I was thinking of getting the Hornby one originally, and then I saw this and I thought, oh, this doesn't look quite right. I'm not sure how this works, which is the reason why I ended up buying the other one. And as it turns out, it's actually better buying the one that I personally think it's better to buy the one that I've actually bought, because although it is £10 cheaper, you've only got these 3 rolling roads, and I'm not exactly sure. I think you can remove this section here to add more rolling roads, more rollers or something, but the thing is, each individual roller costs £10 from Hornby. So if you've got a loco which is powered with more than 3 rollers, then you're going to need more than the 3, so it's going to end up costing you a lot more money. So that's why I decided, because I saw this picture and I thought, well, I'm not quite sure how this is going to work for diesels, but it does say you can run diesels on this, but I'm not quite sure how. But I didn't take the chance, because I just thought to myself, well, if I'm going to have to buy the extra rollers, it's going to end up costing me more than what I actually paid for it anyway. So I just thought to myself, well, okay, I'll just get the one that I got, and I'm quite happy with the one I have. Actually, it's, like I said, it's very easy to use. It's just literally just plug in a couple of wires. I just connected it to my walkabout controller, and if you just follow the cables up, it's only just literally connected just those 2 wires, and that's it. And then the rest of it is just self-explanatory, really, just to line up the rollers with the bogies. So hopefully that's just cleared that up. In terms of, I'm not sure whether the chap, like I said, did say that this will run to look at his other one for steam. So I'm assuming there is a difference. But obviously I don't run steam, so that's kind of why I've gone for this one, just to ensure that I've got the correct one for my layout. So please bear that in mind. So here we are, back at the fuel depot end that I've started, and as you can probably see, I've just done a little bit more, not a huge amount more, but basically what I've done is I've just started putting some fencing up along here. This is the Nightwing fencing, but I'm thinking that what I'm going to be doing is, for the fencing along the back, is I've got some of this old rail from old bits of track, and basically I'm thinking of just creating a barrier from these old bits of track, which is what I'm thinking of doing for the ones along the back there, because they don't need to be so well protected. I then created this barrier, and basically this is a nothing special, because this is basically a nothing special mini depot. That's what it's kind of about. It's just basically just a cobbled together type depot. It's not really like I said before, it's not like an overall kind of heavy maintenance kind of, 5-star depot. It's just literally just to be kind of like a little a local kind of thing. So it isn't going to be all singing and dancing. However, I've just cobbled together this corrugated iron sheet from Wills, and it's in SSMP 216 I think is the number, should you be interested. The actual poles are made from the same brass poles that I used over at the canopy from Moorwood. What I'm going to be doing also is just to create a bit more of a barrier. When I've got some time, so I'm going to create a brick wall all the way along there, and then have some vegetation and all the rest of it, and just blend it in, and then I'll be toning all of this down and weathering it a bit as best as I can. So that's basically the bit extra that I've done really. I've toyed with the idea of repainting the back, and I'm not exactly sure yet. I mean, that's what it is currently, and that's sort of a section, the test piece that I've done, because it was kind of getting a bit tatty down there, so I was just thinking of possibly redoing it, doing the whole thing. So I just thought I'd just do this as a test and then see how I get on and see what I think. Again, I'll probably be living with this for a little while. If I just sort of go up and over, you can see it. What I've had to do with the Wills kits, because with these sheets from Wills, they're only corrugated on one side and it's flat the other side, so what I've had to do is cut it in half and then glue the two pieces together so it seems like it's corrugated on both sides, because otherwise you'll get the corrugated effect on one side and a plain effect on the other. But because I thought, well, if you're going to see it from both sides, you want to be able to see the effect that it has, and so that's why I've done it like that. As you go further along, I've got these two storage tanks which I've now put lengthways, which I'm thinking I might create a little card sort of basin kind of thing for it to sit in. Just make it out of card and like a brick wall type effect, so any spillages can be contained and things like that. So I think that's what we're going to go with there. And then after the bridge, we'll just sort of encroach slightly and just sort of overhang slightly, but it will come towards the end of the layout here, so it won't obviously go over down the middle like it used to. And I think it will open it up a bit better. I mean, it all looks a bit kind of messy, but to be honest with you, I think it's getting there. And in some ways, it's kind of looking a bit kind of weathered and stuff like that, so we're getting there. I'm just trying to find effects and toying with things that that I haven't really done before. I mean, this scratch building bit here, I've never really done this bit before. It's just an idea that I've had and I've seen. It's just sort of like a barrier to protect the workers as the trains are coming along the branch. So that's the reason for putting it up there. And I think it's quite nice, and I've seen it like that before around. I can't remember where. And I've got some vehicles here for some of the workers. Just before I disappear, we'll leave it like this for now. Just a footnote on the class 73 that I spoke to you about towards about its lighting issues. There is a video on YouTube which somebody has put up as regards to the Dowpole 73 lighting issues and running it with DCC. So if you type that into YouTube, you'll find out what this chap has done. I can't remember. If I find a link, I will put it in the description on the video. And what he's done is he's basically swapped the wiring around and desoldered it and swapped the wires around for the motor, so now that it's positioned correctly and it works fine. But there is a simpler way, which was, I believe, was to change the CV settings like I mentioned before. But the second issue was actually the cab lights. Now the cab lights don't actually switch off on the 73, even on DCC mode, and Dapol are aware of this, so that's actually a separate issue. So not only is it the issue of the direction of lighting going one way and the loco going the other way, that's one issue which can be easily solved through the CV settings, I believe. But the cab light settings, you can't actually switch them off on the DCC mode, from what I gather. Now there is a modification which I think I was told about my local model shop to do with breaking the link for the wiring and then resoldering it or something. Don't ask me, electrics aren't my thing, and to be quite honest I wouldn't even attempt to even risk it with my 73, but I guess the clever of you out there will probably know what I'm talking about and will probably know how to do it. But basically it was something to do with breaking the link of the cabling to basically cut the power, so there is no lighting for the cab at all, and then wire it to the chip or something through another way or something. Anyway, so basically that's kind of what I've gathered from it. At this point I'll just love you and leave you, and I will speak to you soon, and again wishing you all the season's greetings. Bye for now.